Okay, let's. What we're going to look at today, we're going to look at trigonometry and bearings. So we should have an understanding of what bearings are, and let's see how bearings and trigonometry work together. So we're just going to go through a few examples. Okay, so this is example one. A ship sails from a port P for 200 kilometers on a bearing of 310 degrees. How far north of its starting point would it be? So the first thing we have to do is to figure out what this question is actually saying. So it's traveled 200 kilometers on a bearing of 310 degrees. So the first thing we're going to do is put in our north, east, southwest, or north, southeast, west. Remember, bearings are 310 degrees. They start at north as 0, and we work around clockwise. So 310 degrees is going to be up here somewhere. So this ship is traveling in this direction. So the first thing we always do is draw that little diagram, and then we complete the diagram. So here's the 200 kilometers that it's gone on a bearing of 310. Remember, if this is 310 degrees, we might use this angle here. If right the way around here is 310, then this angle is going to be 50. 310 plus 50 gives us the 360. And this is the triangle we're going to look at. So the question is, how far north of its starting point would it be? So here's the north. It's gone 200 kilometers. So it's west of its starting point and north of its starting point. We're interested in how far north. And we know that this angle here is 50 degrees because 310 plus 50 gives us the 360. Once we've got this diagram, we really don't need the question anymore. We can change it to this. That diagram and this diagram are exactly the same. It's got the exact same information. So what have we got? We've got, there's the right angle. We've got adjacent and hypotenuse. So that's going to be cos. So cos 50 equals x over 200. How do we get the x by itself? Where we are dividing by 200 on this side. So when we take it across, we multiply. So 200 times cos 50 equals x. And we can just put that straight into our calculator, 128.56 kilometers. So this 128, this is probably going to be a bit bigger, perhaps it looks like. So let's look at another example. Same sort of situation. A ship sails from a port P for 160 kilometers on a bearing of 250. How far west of its starting point would it be? So again, we put in our compass, north, south, east, west. 250 degrees. Let's think about that. 250. So that's 180. Another 70. So it's going to be out this way somewhere. And we are asking how far west. So it's traveling this way. We are asking how far west. So we might use this triangle here when that's the direction that it's going. Remember, 250. So this would be 20 degrees. We know that distance is 160. There's the triangle we're looking at, not the greatest drawing in the world. And that's the X, how far west has this ship traveled. Again, once we have this diagram, we really don't need it anymore, and we can just draw this as a nice, simple right angle triangle. We don't need any of the other stuff. What we had was that this bearing was 250. Right the way around is 270, so this extra bit must be 20. 270 minus 250 gives us the 20. And then what have we got? Well, I think we've got cos again. The cos of 20 degrees equals x over 160. What do we do from here? We're dividing by 160, so when we take it over, we times 160 times cos 20 equals 150. And that's straight from our calculator. Remember, x is on the top, so we're dividing by the 160. So when we take it across, we do the opposite, all those equation rules. The opposite of dividing by 160 is timesing by 160. Last one, and we'll go through this one quickly. A ship sails from a port P for 400 kilometers on a bearing of 120. Again, I've drawn the compass bearings. I have an understanding that 120 is going to be here because this is 90 plus 30 is 120. How far south? So we could look at this triangle here if we wanted to, or we could actually look at that triangle. I'm not sure which one we look at. Here we've drawn this triangle. This is how far south it has gone. It's gone this far east and this far south. This is 120 this degrees. So if this is 90, then this must be 30. So again, we've got the triangle. We've got it all set up. It's not a cos this time. Opposite over hypotenuse is sine. So sine 30 equals x over 400. We're dividing by the 400. So when we take it across, we times 400 times sine 30 equals x. X equals 200 on the calculator. Hopefully that has helped you a little bit with this stuff. And you can go and do the questions that I've said. Thanks.